hey, I didn't see you there.
Liar!
So today, someone is asking, do you know any banjo licks? Country, Chet Atkins, etc. And I've said this before, I used to kind of try to study some of this stuff. I'm not a country guitar player. Okay. Yeah, so no need to worry either. I'm not completely going country or anything, okay? Okay, but I play a Tele, and I figure if you're going to play a Telecaster, you should at least dabble in this field a little bit because the sound of the bridge pickup is just so clean, it's so thick and distinctively has that twang to it. And yeah, like so I've like listened to a lot of Bill Fleck too, because that's kind of like part of the way between country and bluegrass to jazz and fusion and more like modern types of music. So it's sort of a cross-fertilization type thing that's going on with all of that, but that's like its own genre in a way, which I kind of like want to dabble in here occasionally, doing kind of dare I say prog rock country or prog country or something like that. Would be fun to dabble in or do an album of that. But anyway, so yeah, the banjo stuff. So a lot of it, I think, is just based on. I've covered this before in the Tosin, not the Tosin, but Tosin was talking about selective picking, and I was doing an example of something. So this is something I came up with. This banjo stuff that I do is kind of a hybridization of what you would consider to be like open hammer pluck and selective picking, and just straight up picking the notes. So, but at any rate, a lot of it covers 16th note patterns. So it'll be, you know, like in G. Or you could do them where you're hammering some notes maybe with these fingers, you know. Or you could do things where you double the notes occasionally. And that's where you're hammering a note and you're also plucking a note. So the idea behind this is basically that you're doing all of these different rhythmic patterns that are based on the combination of those three elements. So in theory, you could more or less take any progression and run through a bunch of different chords and do this. And it's useful not just for doing, you know, stuff that sounds like a banjo, but like in other things like jazz, rock, or fusion or something. But if you're trying to imitate a banjo, you kind of want to restrict your voicings to the top four strings. That's just sort of the timbre, and once you start getting down into the A and E strings, you're like, it's a totally different beast, you know. It doesn't necessarily compute. But and I'm just gonna play like a bunch of random examples of things that I don't even know what I'm about to play. But just weird voicings and stuff using these techniques. there's a bunch of kind of abnormal rolled chords or progressions and things that kind of Bella Fleckish in a way. Gosh, it's really bright. So, and you know, like, I was hanging out with somebody before, a big name person. I'm not going to say who it is. But something they were saying was, oh, you can roll any chords on banjo and they sound good. And to some extent, this is kind of true. I mean, you can put any combination of notes as long as they're in time and they have that syncopated type of feel. It'll sound hip. I don't know what it is. You know, I'm saying the banjo is hip. It kind of is, though, in the hands of the right person. This sort of integrates or reintegrates stuff that's happening on a modern timeline, if that makes any sense. But there is another way to approach these banjo licks. So, like I was playing Rocky Top in the very beginning, and so you could theoretically also tap all of these things. And I'm going to play some of this. I haven't practiced it, so, you know, I'm going to just basically play some stuff, right? So there you go. I kind of started doing the alternating bass and the lead at the end of it, but you get the idea. Like all of these country guitar techniques, if you play a Tele style guitar, I mean, to a certain extent, you can do this on any guitar, but it really doesn't have the same feel or quite the same sound without one of these in here. And check that. Hear that hum? So, you know, if you're going to do all this stuff, I recommend having one of these in your guitar, or having a guitar with one of these in it. So I thought I might just finish out the video by basically kind of playing a bunch of country shit, but maybe, you know, not with the metronome, just kind of freeform stuff, just a bunch of ideas. I play some really wild stuff when the cameras are not on, you know, and then trying to recapture it's always kind of like, oh God, that was like 30 licks ago, you know, or something. So, yeah, I might do some like pedal style things. I'm probably going to put up some annotations here talking about what I'm doing. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. Exploring the bridge pickup, right? That's what we're doing.